So we need to stop all of the racist jokes. And
How do I open my character sheet? I forgot.
So go to the newspaper
Okay, newspaper.
and then go to your character and click on it.
Okay, click.
And then it'll pop up with a character sheet and you read that.
But like, is this like, does this work?
Yeah.
So how do I use it?
Oh, you're done. Okay, are we ready?
we are ready.
Ready to go?
All right.
Is Chris
So,
coming?
Chris is right there. How did you not see him?
Hello, live stream.
yeah,
I'm watching the chat and instead of the map, we got the chat.
Oh, we can see
I need a drink.
when people make bad rolls. Not that anybody's going to make any bad rolls tonight that are going to almost, get them killed or somebody else killed, but it happens.
No, not to us.
Right. Not to you.
Okay.
No,
That
not
is
to
so
the group.
refreshing.
Who's gonna
Sounds
tell
good.
him? Okay, let's get this over with.
Let's get this show on the road. All right, so you have entered into the Amber Temple. The rest of the crew is exploring a different part of the temple. Dow is interested in trying to find his friend Greenwish. However, this part of the party is looking to make sure to provide some additional security for that group and to kind of explore some of the secrets around it. We have found out that so far that flame, the flaming heads that are around floating around the castle are immune to fire damage. Also, we have found out that there is a wily-looking little fox guy who seems fond of throwing fireball and firebolts that also resides inside of this castle. Right before we ended last session, Freya, you received a message. Do you remember at all what that message was?
No.
Fair enough.
It was something like, oh, wait, yeah. It was like to go deeper into the temple or something to find a person. Yes. I don't know if it was to find them or if it was like to find something that I need to find or something like that.
Yes. To find the remains of Zadun. But he said to find the remains of your grandfather. But they rang with it's almost like a word that had two meanings to it. You heard both Zadun and grandfather.
Interesting.
So interesting. So you are currently inside of the temple, and are trying to figure out what to do next because you are currently locked in battle, and Jiggy is on the other side of the wall. Corbus, Rictavio, and Freya and Courage are all up on the balcony. Bruce is down. Jiggy. That's what I am. I'm not going to say.
Oh.
Jiggy.
Jiggy.
Sean's character. I was like,
I'm just going to call him Yek Jiggy if I'm looking to be formal, or just Jiggy to his friends. If he would like a different name, he can.
No, that's great.
All right.
Gingy's perfect.
Rat Boy is a little too on the nose.
I just like calling him Rat.
And
What's up, Rat?
I mean, if you called him Rat Bag more than Rat Boy, I mean that would be at least on the nose and unique. So you are currently inside of the Amber Temple, locked in battle with some flame skulls. One of you is locked in battle with flame skulls. The rest of you are conveniently out of that fight if you wanted to be. So we will continue with one of the flame skulls being able to take their attacks. Did you have any questions before we got started?
Yeah, let me hit my advantage on that stupid skull in front of me. You meanie.
Hit you with what you want with advantage?
I meant reaction.
Can't take it back.
Oh yeah. Oh, you wanted your reaction.
I wanted my real reaction, not my fake one from last time.
All right, so he is going to go ahead and hit you with a fire ray twice. So we have the 10 does not hit you. A 12 does not hit you. So far, the flame skulls are batting 0 in the current encounter, so they probably pose no risk. Freya, you are up for being able to take an action. You are up on top of the balcony, and you can hear the sound of these fire rays as they burst out, and the yelp of, I don't know if he yelps or what he does, but you can hear that there is somebody that is trying to be baked by these flame skulls.
Is he in like some serious danger?
If he would have taken 14 points of damage and 10 points of damage, both, and that was just from one of the flame skulls, then he would be at risk of being bloodied.
Are you talking about me right now? I'm chilling.
He's chilling until he's not chilling. So
I
if
still
you ask
don't
that,
wanna-
if you ask that kind of out loud, I'm like, oh, I wonder if he's in any real danger. Rictavio looks over at you and says, "Oh, flame skulls are very dangerous. I've seen even word of the most accomplished dungeon delvers that have been incinerated by flame skulls. I think they're just toying with it." They usually don't like to waste a fireball spell on just one person.
Well, why can't I? Oh. I'll just hit him with the healing word because I don't want to
All right,
involve myself.
go ahead and check the distance that you're at.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and. But you're 80 feet away from him, and I believe also that healing word.
I thought he was
requires-
right next to me.
Oh no,
No.
that's Rictavio. You can heal Rictavio.
Oh,
Heal Courage the dog. Jiggy is way up in here.
Yeah, you guys will never get into me. I'm like through 7 walls. I teleported with Misty Step.
I'm right next to you.
It
Aren't you
seems
on
that based on what you can see and what you can't see, with these holes that are in the middle of the wall here, there is a door. There is a door here that likely would lead to the hallway that these small arrow slits are in.
I made an attempt, you know, and I feel like I don't know this guy, you know. I don't really owe him anything.
Okay.
So I'm gonna wait until I'm gonna get closer to him, but then I'm gonna wait until he's either in more danger or it involves someone from our party.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll move like over here, and then
Yeah, that would be about 30 feet of movement, right?
I want to sneak or hide.
I would like to go next.
All right. So, in a rare instance, while attempting to sneak, you kind of bump up against the door, and the door kind of has louder rattle to it, right? So, I mean, you're difficult to see, but Freyja usually doesn't make a mistake while she's attempting to hide. But you had advantage though, didn't you? Because you
Mhm.
have your hood up. Well, then
Mhm.
fuck, you don't.
Hoodie.
All right, but that, I'm waiting for that double roll of 1 for you to like step on something small that then causes a chain reaction of armor falling down, and you're just standing there in the middle of it while the big bad is like, "I see you." All right,
It will happen.
so Freya, with the low light of the Amber Temple, you are obscured and are able to kind of slip into that into the network of cobwebs and dark shadows and sneak away. All right. Next up, we have the heroic Corbus the Unshort.
Mhm.
Most of the dirt from Corbus's fingernails have slowly worked itself out, where he no longer has the dirt of his grave stuck under his fingernails.
Took a while.
Until the next time. Which if these
Yep.
kids he's with continue to use second level spells on small encounters,
Non-hostile targets.
may require that he find himself another grave to crawl out of.
Thought he was salty the first time.
Right. There has definitely been a shift in the flame skulls, especially once Jiggy came into that hallway. It seems that they are specifically focused on defending that hallway. And Rictavio kind of calls over to you. That hallway will be very dangerous. Anyone in there is going to definitely be targeted as a hostile until they're gone. So you cast Shillelagh, giving you a club.
Cast it on
What
my
do you
quarterstaff.
on your quarterstaff. All right.
Mhm.
So his quarterstaff starts to. Is it glow or is it just a shimmer of light that comes over it?
A little bit of light goes over, and it kind of looks like it's changed its shape a little bit.
A little
I'm gonna
bit more
find a
of
picture of a
a knob at
shillelagh.
the end of it. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. To knock some sense into people, knock some skulls.
And it knocks sense into somebody.
All right.
Haven't figured out who yet.
Any bonus actions or anything?
Nope.
All right.
Actually,
right,
that
next
was a
we
bonus
have-
action.
Oh,
No.
and that was your movement? All right.
Yep.
Bruce, you are up.
Yes.
Are you coming to
Okay,
aid
question.
of your new rat bag friend, or what are you doing?
Question. If
Yes.
I cast a third level spell, and could I also talk to somebody?
At the same time?
Just remember, I emphasized I hadn't decided who's getting sense knocked into them yet. So
Could I
please have a
also
good
talk to
reason for a
somebody?
third level spell.
Is there a chance?
Yes, there is a chance for you to be able to speak the words of Arcana and play the music that you need to
Okay,
while doing this.
cool.
I mean, you did get flame roasted a little bit with that fireball, so
Okay. I will misty step all the way in here, and I will step in front of Sean or
Good choice.
Jiggy.
Good choice.
I will step in front of Jiggy, and then I will persuade every single creature in that room not to hurt him, and to leave us alone, and that we can walk out.
They can't think. They're
Well, I'll
stupid.
just be
All right,
calm.
let me
I'll
go
play.
ahead and
I'll
take-
play like.
let me-
Shut up! Listen. I'm gonna play really like on my violin and just slowly back us out of that room, and no
You
one's
should
gonna get hurt.
tell The rat boy to
on
stop
a-
picking fights.
Has the skull actually broken down that door in front of us yet?
He did open the door, yes.
Oh,
And I forgot. I had forgotten about that. That you guys can see it. So hold on. I'm going to do some reading here because, let's see.
You gotta figure out if he can be persuaded. Oh my god, dude.
We teleported in here, by the way, Olivia.
All
So
right, go ahead.
How are
Go
we
ahead
going
and
to
do-
get out?
I want you to go ahead and do a Arcana check.
Me? I have a spell for that. Arcana
What do you
check
mean you have a spell?
to get out of places. I
No,
wasn't talking to
no.
you.
Oh,
Hey, I rolled a 10. Who's dying? Dude, he's locked in.
okay. So, give me some of what you might be looking to say. You don't have to say it yourself. Obviously, you're going to say it much better as Bruce, but
Mhm.
kind of give me the gist of what it is that you are trying to say.
Okay, Bruce is going to be super, like, sweating his balls off, like, super nervous about this. And he's just gonna kind of be like, talking to them like wild animals, you know? Where he's just like, sorry, like, this is your home, like, our bad, and he's gonna be backing up out of that place. And be super calm, and I'll play like a silly song, maybe, and just be really calm about apologizing and begging them not to hurt him.
And that's to the Flame Skulls, or
That-
where are you backing in? Or you're backing into the other room with all the specters?
I'm trying to go out here.
That's
Okay, so that's not big enough for you to be able to get out. There is a doorway here that you could back into. All right.
Okay, that sounds good.
and get through. You'd be out of the hallway, and it's that the Flame Skulls are just guarding that high hallway, and you wouldn't be backing yourself into the room with the 7 specters.
Okay. Sure. Then we'll go through this doorway.
So you kind of grab up Jiggy and, hey, gentlemen, I apologize. We were just passing through. This is a lovely
What?
castle
Making
that you
our
have here.
leave.
Just making our leave. So I'm going to have as a total roll for half of the specters and the other ones on how they feel about it. So they're
Okay.
gonna do a an intelligence check. Right. So I'm gonna do it twice, one for one half and one for the other.
Okay.
All right. So all of them were fairly startled by the interruption, and then also confused. And you can see that just like the specter that you had encountered in the death house, that these ones seem to not yet be fully agitated. They are still in a state of kind of living
Dreamlike impression.
their living their best undead life. But you can also see a vehement hate toward anyone that is of the living persuasion. the flame skulls, also with a intelligence check, also are fairly confused by your actions, enough so that you are able to grab Jiggy and move him toward the door. The thing is that he's not going to be able to move toward the door until his turn. So that will be kind of a the continuation of your action and his action that happens simultaneously. So that, are you voluntarily making that move with Bruce?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are able to get through this this door here and open it up, and we can find out what new hell you have unleashed on yourself by going through this
Oh
new
my
door.
god.
And as luck would have it, Bruce,
What is
this
it?
place is not filled
sorry.
with anything. Is not filled with anything hostile. You can go ahead and move in there. Yep. Go ahead and find it here in my description.
You know, you turned off everything, right?
Off what?
I can see everything.
Huh. Interesting. What do you mean you can see
Bruh.
everything?
Like, there's no shadow. I can see what's in the next room.
What you could see before they got in there, or you can see now?
No, I can see what's in the room right in front of me and Freya that was black before. Like I don't know what Roll20 calls it, but fog of war.
Fog
Like
of war is off,
RTSs.
so you are able to see everything that's in this room in front of you.
Uh-huh.
Is that major spoilers? What's in it? What's in it?
So we will say that I'll try to figure out what's going on there, and we'll say that there was some noise in the room there. You don't know though if those individuals are hostile or friendly.
I'm gonna err on the side of
But-
caution.
I understand that you will. All right. So dominating this room is a 12-foot tall model of a dark castle with high walls and tall spires. And behind it, tucked in a corner, are some ruined furnishings and a wooden chest.
Okay,
Now,
I open the chest.
okay. It's actually, we'll call it still a little bit your turn. Yeah, that's fine. The wooden chest contains a rolled up piece of paper, and that's all you can see at this time until you're able to take an additional action.
Go and
Alright.
investigate it.
But we will go ahead and move along to Jiggy's turn. So you have come into this room. You see this. This picture of a castle in front of you, and go ahead and roll a history check.
I will.
With advantage.
Roll a history check. How do I know if it's with advantage?
I tell you it's with advantage, and because you're toggled onto rolling 2 dice anyway, you are good to go, and I don't have to talk you through that. All right. So luckily, with your advantage, you.
Honey.
One of the rats in your gut feels like this model looks familiar. This replica looks familiar. I'm not sure if it's from your previous life or your life as a rat. And what would you like to do now?
Think
You could spend your action taking more time with this model, or you could do something.
okay. I'd like
else,
to examine the model further then.
All right, go ahead and do an investigation check. considering you rolled a 1, a 2 for your advantage.
Yeah, that
Your
wasn't
roll
very
again.
fun.
All right. So as you are starting to investigate, you're looking at the different spires and you're looking at the shapes of the courtyards and things. You realize that this is a model of Castle Ravenloft, where you were, um, where you lived as a swarm of rats, and you actually are. As you're looking at it, a part of you twinges as you realize, oh, that's where the cat chased me in the courtyard, and and I want to say that inside that building is where the kitchen is, where there was usually the best scraps, and um, there is also a moment of horror as you are bending down and looking at it, and as you're looking at it, you remember walking with a group of friends toward the front of this castle on a mission to go and do something. And then there's like these flashes of all of your friends dying in various gruesome ways, and the horrible laughing of a woman and the horrible laughing of a man that you recognize as Strad Bonzarovich and one of his brides. And then your vision dissipates into 1,000 different visions, and you can no longer remember anything after that. But that just kind of suddenly overwhelms you, and you kind of startle up from the table as this as this as this flashback hits you.
Okay.
Bruce, you do see that he startles back like that. And right now, we can actually, until something else happens, we can take ourselves out of the turn order and because there is not currently anything hostile coming by. You do get more light, and this is what happened when you were investigating. You're trying to remember what it was like, and then one of the flame skulls kind of like just ushered by, and by the light of the flame around his skull, you were able to see more of the castle and start to remember. But now those guys are just floating back and forth in a very particular, a very deliberate pattern that if you continued to analyze in a game, you would be able to figure out how to try to sneak past them if you could duck yourself into a box. Since you don't have a box that you can throw over your head, you'll probably have to figure out other means of getting past them.
Hmm.
Wait. What? Why are you talking about a box? I spaced out.
Never
Can
mind.
can I
Some of you
go
know what I'm talking about.
one by one with my little rats through and then fit through the window?
Oh, through the
So I can get back.
you can certainly try.
I'll stay in here for now. I'll stay in
Okay.
here for now. I don't know. I'm just gonna. We should just stay here. I'm just gonna tell Bruce. We should stay here until they find us, and we just.
Sounds good. That's what Bruce
Sounds
was
good.
saying.
Bruce, go ahead and do a perception check.
Goody. Wait one second. Oh, is this perceiving the rat?
This is perceiving the trunk that.
No, let me do it again. Oh, okay.
Here, let me
will
perceive
not.
it. Let me
I will not.
perceive it. Oh.
Well, I mean, how would you? You would come over to where Bruce is looking around. And,
Yes.
Okay. So, Bruce, you pull out that piece of paper in the case and pull it out, and there is a map that is fairly intricate, and Uh, go ahead and do an investigation check.
No, what does it say?
Don't worry, Chris has had those days. But in looking at it, you think that it might be what they used in order to make this model.
Dude, I keep it. I'm keeping that.
Okay. All right. Jiggy, if you want to go
Wait,
ahead
can
and
I?
roll your perception check, well, in the room for this chest.
I have to find it.
And then we're going to move on to Corbus and Freya.
I just realized I have a zero, a plus zero on my perception.
Well, and it's also really dark in here, because the flame skulls have taken up their usual positions, in the.
Can I do something else then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I pick up a piece of wood off the ground and cast firebolt onto it?
Why would you do that?
In order to help create light,
Just
because he
let
doesn't
him
have.
match.
Do I hit it?
Doesn't that waste a spell?
It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. So yeah, you are able to light something on fire, and you're able to get some additional light for the next time that I let you do a perception check in this room, as you guys are literally just hanging out in this room waiting to see when you can get out of it. All right. Freya and Corbus. Corbus, who has gotten a sneaking suspicion that there is somebody on the other side of that other side of that doorway. What are your actions at this time?
I'm not sure I want to open that. Not particularly sure I want to open that door. It sounds like there's somebody else in there.
Ray, I think he's talking to you, or he's talking to
or myself, I mean.
Or he's talking to Rictavio, who is enamored with and talking about the amazing stone structures that are in this area, and seems to be doodling in his notebook.
So where did Bruce and do we know where Bruce and the rat kid went?
You know that the rat that you're you know that you don't hear the sounds of agitation from these flame skulls anymore. Like they were having like this like like you've woken up, dead guardians kind of noise, and they are no longer making that noise, like a really upset 95-year-old man when his order at Bennigan's gets messed up. Instead, they are now just calmly hanging out in that hallway. So and you didn't hear them die, and you did hear this, maybe the sound of Bruce going, "Fuck." So you know they're alive. You don't know exactly where they're at, but if you went down the stairway and looked, you'd be able to see that there's an open door in the hallway now, and so
So
you
we
would have
don't
some
want to go through the door next to us.
That
So yeah,
is what yeah, that's
I would prefer not to, but
so I'm gonna go down the stairs. And you said there's a door down here?
before you move away from that door, just with your passive perception, you were able to hear the sound of like and also see the flicker of some flames under the doorway that are low.
I'm not curious enough to find out. Oh. Is that from the door upstairs or from the door downstairs? That was upstairs, right?
Yep, that was the door that Corbus is currently at. And Kurt just seems to be sniffing at the door.
I feel like you really want me to open that door. And
Oh, I want you to open every door in here. It's fine.
yeah, I don't like that. So
That's fair enough. There is also a door there to the south, that was adjacent to the door that you walked in.
what does Corbus think we should do?
I'm looking something up real quick. We know Courage is a blink dog, right?
We have
Like,
there has been indications of it, yes.
Shit. I was hoping I could do something. I'm trying not to scroll around too much on this map because
You think that can you see
I
everything?
can see
still?
everything. Oh, I can see everything. I could be like, well, that'll teach them and go off about my business. Especially because I can see everything. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Can you see
Yoda
things
them
that are
if they're all right.
even on the GM level? Like, can
Nick,
you
I
see
can
the?
see.
Can you see like
I
which room is which? Like X15, X4.
No, I can't see that, but I can see what's in every room. So I'm trying not. Okay, well, what was in that room disappeared.
So it shouldn't be a problem anymore.
Oh, it's still a problem because I still know it's there. But I also
there
can still
unless
see.
It's not there unless I say it's there. Oh wait,
Yeah,
you
I'm
can
not
see
opening
it
the
here.
door. I can see everything. That's why I'm like, well, I guess they're screwed. That'll teach them to split the party.
So you can see. Oh, I see. You can see things that you shouldn't be able to see. Got it. But I like it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
So, Corbus, the reason that you can see what's on the other side of these doors and have an understanding of what might be on the other side is because you have been in this temple before.
That's so true.
If you would like to do a history check of what more that you know about this area, you can.
Sure, why not? See if I know it's the stuff that's on the other side of that door is gonna want to kill me or not. Maybe.
Okay.
Nope.
So what's on the other side of that door, you do know to be human and alive. Unlike unlike many of the things that you might encounter inside of this temple. You also vaguely remember that there was a some humans that would live on this mountain that were outcasts from the from some of the villages, essentially excommunicated from the community because they were a little too aggressive and easy to instigate into a fight. So they are violent individuals, but that does not mean that um, they will immediately just try to kill you like these flame skulls did as soon as you came into their area.
Yeah, those guys are kind of mean. What the heck?
They won't immediately want to kill me until I try to do something charisma based, and my charisma of 10 does not help.
No, it'd be nice if you had a bard with you for sure.
Yeah, the bard and bag of rats decided to go off on their own.
That is true.
I'm a curious individual. Actually, I'm just bloodthirsty. But, you know.
All right. Well, we'll give you and Freya about 10 more minutes and then go back to our bard and bag. Freya, do you have any ideas?
I just want to find Bruce.
All right. So looking through that arrow slit. Let's make sure I'm on the objects. Looking through this arrow slit, you are able to see that this door up in this area is open, and you see a flicker of flame, and possibly even a oof, ow, as what seems like torchlight is lit.
Upstairs or downstairs?
This so on the same floor that you are currently on.
Okay.
Can you see through this arrow slit?
I think so.
If you backed up a little bit, that and now look up in here, this doorway right here is open.
Okay,
That's where
so
you
is there a
see
door to get to that, or is it like open?
No, all there is the all there is what you can see right now. So these little arrow slits are too small to be able to get through as a medium-sized individual.
How do you?
Courage could probably get through there. and a rat could get through there. Eight minutes
Right.
left until we change over.
Can I slide the dog through and try to get him to go find
Yeah.
the bard?
So you call Courage over, and he comes running over to you. He kind of looks at you happily, and you pick him up and put him through the door. Is that right?
He's dead as hell.
Not through the door.
Through the little arrow slit.
No. No, I don't.
Okay.
But I think about it.
Yep. And as you think about it, you hear the flame skulls. We will protect the hallway. We will protect the hallway. None shall get through.
So I ixnay the hallway idea.
I mean, the rat guy was able to kill one, and the other one looks like its flame is pretty dim and seems to be slowly recovering. You actually even notice that seems to be a growing light around the one that has been dispatched. Go ahead and do a Arcana check or a survival check, either one. Nope, either one, not both.
Well, you didn't say survival until I'd already rolled Arcana.
Fair enough. So you would have rolled that for the
Yeah, because I'm terrible at
check then,
Arcana.
or the survival check. Then. It's okay. You have a +3 to both of them. It's just that you rolled better for one than the other. So this is not a piece of information that you have. You don't really know much about flame skulls, but based on the fact that they keep saying we will defend this hallway, it seems like they seem to be fairly territorial.
Is there anything else I can see on this floor that I'm on? That seems
So
important?
yeah, on the floor that you, in the area that you're at, I mean, obviously you see this large statue in front of you, and there are two kind of overhangs that don't have railings around them. There's an open door up in this area and an open door up in this area, and then closed doors here, here and here. The closed doors here seem that have the specters in them. And also based on, yeah, it's because it's carved into the mountain. You're not really sure how far back this temple goes. But based on the probing of your, based on the probing of this entity, Zathun or whoever it was, your grandfather or whatever his name was, there seems to be levels below you.
Okay, I kind of want to go towards this open doorway over here.
All right. You'd have to climb up onto that, climb up to be able to get onto that open, onto that opening. Go ahead and do a
How tall
acrobatics
is
check.
it? How tall is it?
It's about 10 feet.
Okay.
But you're pretty agile. You could kind of parkour off of the, so you kind of, you parkour off of the railing, and then you're able to step up onto that platform. Where do you go from there?
I just kind of want
You
to look
can-
through the doorways.
You look through the doorway into that room in front of you to the north, and you're able to see it's a pretty bare stone room that consists of a small little those things that are on the ground that you can see if you kind of move around a little bit. Those are candelabras that are tipped over, and it doesn't really seem like there's anybody inside of that room. What the heck? Did it just reveal everything now? Again? Oh, purposes. All right. While looking through that room, you see a large amber statue-looking thing. Its eyes suddenly flare open, and it draws a giant sword and starts to move toward you. What is your reaction?
In the door, or in the doorway right in front of me.
This one right here.
I wasn't looking through that door.
Doesn't matter. It's looking at you.
It draws its sword.
Draws the sword and says, "Death to the interloper." What is your reaction?
What'd you just call me?
Okay, roll for initiative.
I wasn't done.
Oh, sorry. What else were you gonna do?
I was gonna shoot it.
Okay, go ahead.
Wish me luck. Also, I have assassinate, so since it's the first.
Then- All right, let me check its armor class here in a moment. I pull up this amber golem.
Oh wait, no, that doesn't work because I wasn't sneaking.
I would say that there is a very good chance. Actually, I say that there's a very good chance that you're sneaking everywhere. So
Yeah.
let's back it up a moment and go ahead and roll your sneak.
I would be over there, but I can't move my token.
It's probably because your
You
token
changed
is
some setting, and I lost control of the token.
that's not accurate.
Roll sneak attack or roll stealth?
Yeah, roll stealth. You got it.
Okay.
Okay, something's going semi-wonky.
Oh, so
I can move something, but it wasn't my token.
what did you move?
Like,
Just tell me.
hit points, I don't know. Like, my hit point bar shows up 2 square to my to the left and 3 up from my token, and the ability to move something is there. Like, I shouldn't be
Did you just
putting my
move your
token. I moved my token, but it shouldn't be there. It should be on the stairs.
Is it moved to where you want it now?
Nope.
I didn't move your token just now.
I did. I am not clicking centered on my token. I'm clicking on the stairs.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you're. Can you
I
click
am
it now?
clicking on my token now. See where it's the circle's
I
coming
see
up?
where it's.
That's not where I'm clicking. I'm
I see where
clicking on where you move my token.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead. You wanna reboot into Roll20?
Yeah. Yeah,
right, we're gonna lose.
I put in the chat that I was gonna go help Freya, but I couldn't move my token, so
All right, go ahead and reboot.
I am over there.
And you have followed Freya as she makes her way through. But Freya, the to retcon, you see the Amber Golem, but the Amber Golem, let's find out, does not see you.
Let's go.
So it has a sword, but it seems to be just like frozen there, almost like a statue. But then you notice it kind of shift back and forth, and hear it shifting back and forth.
But it still drew its weapon.
It had its weapon drawn. It did not react to you yet. It does not see
Oh, okay.
because you are sneaking.
Okay, I see. Does it just seem like it's guarding the room?
Go ahead and do an insight check. So it seems to be a lot like these flame skulls, that it is there as a guardian of this temple. And it seems that if it spots you, it will attack. And that it is that seems to be its sole purpose, is to see a threat and then attack that threat. All right, so while Corpus is gone, we're going to go ahead and switch back to our Bard and Bag.
Can I roll? Okay, so my first question: when I was hitting the skull with my rapier, how hard was I hitting it? Like, how hard was the material that I was hitting?
Like the consistency of a skull.
So like bone then, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Could I? So this, which one? Oh, is he gonna see me if I'm right here?
They see you, but because you have not stepped into the hallway, they're not too concerned.
Oh, okay. Could I try?
But it does turn toward you and say, "We are the guardians. None shall pass."
Could I first use Prodigitation, and in the corner, how do I ping on the map?
Hold down.
Down?
No, hold down your.
Oh,
clicker.
So right here.
Yep.
I'm gonna make I'm gonna make the sound of like a warrior scream. Can I do that with prestidigitation?
You could with like minor illusion, or you could make the sound of like about the same as like throwing a rock into the corner.
Sure, I'll do that. I'll just make a sound of a rock falling on the floor or like being thrown in the corner to distract them.
And the flame skull looks over but isn't like worried about it. This
wow, what a loser.
This temple's been falling apart for quite a while.
Do I have any? Let me look at my rituals real quick. Ritual says R, right, on it?
Correct. All All right, and for the bard, go ahead and do another perception or investigation check.
Perception or investigation check.
Yes. As you're looking around the room as well.
Okay, I see everything. So go ahead and tell me everything.
Oh, you don't see everything, but yes, you see some things.
With
All
a
right.
19 and a 23, are you kidding?
You just have the 23. The 19 doesn't exist. All right, so you do like the map, but it's like you're really hoping for something a little bit more. And you notice, because these rich people are all the same, they like to hide
Yeah.
their stuff. The chest has a false bottom. And you're able to access it, and inside of that false bottom, there is a large book that does seem to be fairly rare and expensive, and as you continue kind of looking through it, kind of thumbing through it, the front pretty much says that if you read this book, that you will
I read it.
begin to know and understand the ways of the world.
Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm
And
gonna spend the
also-
next 40. Listen,
Whoa.
you go. It's your turn. I apologize. It's your turn. It's your turn.
It's my turn.
No,
it's my turn.
his turn.
As you're flipping through this book, like the page kind of, folds back, and you're like, come on, stay open, and you realize that there is a small breeze coming from this part of the wall right there, and you're like, yep, these
What
rich
part?
people
What
are
part?
this portion of the wall right here, and you're like,
Okay.
yep, these rich people are all
So-
the same.
Is it my turn?
It is, yes, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and open that door.
What door?
The secret door that's right there.
It's a
Okay. You are going to try to figure out how to access that door. So as you are thumbing your hands over it,
Isn't that badass? I'll just knock on the door.
so yeah, the you push on it, and the door does swing open. So let me go ahead and swing this door open.
I'm glad you did something because you were not gonna like what I was gonna do to that door next.
Okay, yeah. You're crazy.
Actually, I'm still on my mission. I've got a mission right now.
All right. So what do you see?
Me?
Yes. What do you see?
Staircase. Okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead and call out to your friends so that way they know.
Okay, let's go. Let's go, Jiggy.
Wait, not. I gotta have a conversation.
What?
with your
What's up?
character real quick.
What?
So what if we crush up that skull over there? Okay. Bring it with us. And then when it regenerates itself, we tell that we are the hallway. And then it'll be stuck protecting us because its only job is to protect the hallway, and we're the hallway. We'll just tell them that.
Let's do it.
We'll be done.
Let's do it.
Okay, give me a sec. You
But we have to.
do you have something
afterward?
that can like? So this one's gonna see me crush up the skull, and he's probably gonna come after me. So
Give me a
do you have
second,
something
dude.
in your toolkit to help us escape really fast after?
I used my one misty step, buddy.
You have nothing? How many spell slots do you have?
What are you asking for?
Do you have any tools that can help us escape? Do you have any like speed or like distractions or
A distraction? Are you asking the bard if they have a distraction? Yeah, that's all I have, dude. That's all I have is illusion spells. Okay. Yeah, I can make something.
okay, like a picture, like could you make an illusion of like a fighter or something?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. So don't do it yet. Actually, so let me look at. Can I preemptively? Okay, I want to cast
Or
Mage Hand first
no, I shouldn't do that.
because
Okay.
that's what I'm going to use to collect the pieces of the skull, and then I'm going to use a second level Maximilian's Earthen Grasp to crush the skull with dirt that's coming out of the ground. But I want Bruise to use the illusion before I do those things.
Go ahead and show me the. Go ahead and show me the Maximilian's Earthen Grasp.
How do I do that?
Just
put it
go
in
ahead and
chat.
click on the chat button instead of what you're using right there.
There we go.
All right. So this spell is going to be for like essentially earth bending and throwing a bunch of like raising the blocks of this freaking temple in a hostile manner that can make a target take 2d6 bludgeoning damage on a failed save or half as much on a regular save. It'll also restrain that target and can use its action to make a strength DC save against your spell casting ability. Right.
So how does it
so
restrain?
crushing up the skull that has been taken care of is just going to be a matter of, if you had a mortar and pestle, I mean, you could do it. If you had 2 rocks, you could do it. You don't need a spell to do that.
Is there a piece of the skull already chipped off on the ground?
Yes, the skull
Oh.
is broken on
Okay.
the ground.
Then I'm just gonna use my mage hand to go to
pick it
grab,
up?
to just pick it up and bring it to me.
You have the ability for your mage hand to turn invisible, or is it going to be visible?
Let me look. I have telekinesis. I don't know if that makes it turn invisible though.
I thought that you had
Telekinetic.
something that did allow you to make your mage hand invisible.
Oh yeah, I can.
Okay, so your invisible mage hand goes out into the out in there and picks up a piece of the flame skull. As soon as it picks it up, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Oh no. Stealth check.
If you feel this,
Oh, we're good.
All right. So the you do this while the flame skulls are turned away, and they don't notice the fact that you've picked up a piece of this of one of their fallen comrades, and bring it into the room with you. So we have discovered a secret passageway and stairs leading downward with a surprisingly warm breeze. It's like 10 degrees down there, as opposed to the it's a balmy 20 to 30 degrees down this stairwell, as opposed to the -10 that you've been dealing with the -30 with wind chill. So the idea of being able to downstairs where it seems to be a lot warmer is definitely appealing. But now we switch back over to Corbus and Freya. Corbus, do you want to move your token to where you would be at? Or are you able to
Maybe.
do that kind of magic yet?
We'll see. Oh, fucking hell. Everything's being wonky because everything's trying to restart. Hey. There I am.
All right. So Freya's kind of like she's been difficult to keep track of as she's sneaking around this the dark of the temple. And Courage is still staying there at the arrow slit, kind of whining after Bruce, who was the first person that he had met. Meanwhile, Rictavio is down at the base of this, and we'll see if he can make the dexterity or athletics check to be able to get up there as well. Yep, he is able to. For an older man, he is able to scramble up quite nicely, and is kind of peeking around to see what Freya's looking. Oh, an Ambigala. Oh, those are very interesting. I hope he doesn't see us.
Can
You
I
can make
smack
you can
him?
make all the sound that you. Ow! I was gonna say you could make all the sound that you want to, but I didn't mean hit me. But if it spots us, oh, we're in trouble. So in making your smack, you make yourself
No.
visible. Yeah, you did. Yep. So let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
Now I have a question while I'm doing this.
Yeah, you bet.
You said I have some knowledge. Would I know if the people that were in that other room would be welcomed here by the big guy?
The big guy being Strahd.
No. That guy.
Go ahead and roll a Arcana or History check.
All right, hold on. As soon as my sheet opens.
With advantage.
Whee.
You mean to roll it for you?
It's
No.
almost there, I think.
And no, the two of you, Jiggy and Bruce, you are not able to participate in this fight. As long
You said
or as
history
short
or
as it might be.
arcana?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're the same.
Okay. So you know that Amber Golems attack on sight.
Yeah.
And you can program it for who's like on the whitelist, but you're not sure if those individuals would be on the whitelist, but the likelihood is pretty slim, considering that this was made a very, 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 very long time ago. None of those people in the other room's grandfathers were alive at the time that this thing was made.
Okay.
All right, are you
Probably
going to roll
rolls
for
initiative.
Are you going to roll for your initiative? We'll have go ahead and have our friend Rictavio doing the same. All right. Let us begin with. Oh, you need to go through this again because Freya would be up first. Go ahead, Freya. The Amber Golem, as you reach out and smack Rictavio, notices you and your non-stealthy movement of making a strike. So,
To be fair, I think you would have noticed Rictavio first because of the fact that Rictavio shouldn't have been able to see me at all. To talk to
Rictavio
me.
has been trying to watch you the entire time. So, yes, there's times that he loses sight of you, but you're not really trying to hide from Rictavio.
Yeah,
He's-
huh?
Now you
Yeah,
are. I got it.
huh? Okay.
Well, then no one will ever know when you're in trouble because you'll be hidden from them.
Side eye. Okay, can I stealth before an attack?
Can you stealth before an attack? Yes. So essentially, that would be stepping away into, out of line
Yeah,
of
no,
sight,
no, I see what you're saying.
and then you'd be able to stealth and try to come back. So imagine that stealthing before the attack is slipping back inside the doorway and then popping out to make the shot. So
let's
yes.
do it.
So which one are you doing? Because it looks like you just rolled an attack,
And then
you
I'm
stealth.
hiding. And then I'm hiding.
Okay. All right. So with a 23, you hit. You don't have your sneak damage because you weren't stealth beforehand. You had lost your stealth. So you do 10 points, but with your assassinate, you do have the ability to crit. Is that right?
Mhm.
But you have to have advantage. Put your assassinate in the chat so I can see it. So you have advantage on all attacks against any creature that hasn't taken a turn yet in combat. In addition, you score if you hit, you score against the creature that is surprised is a critical hit. I will say that this creature is surprised, and so you do gain a critical hit, which means you do 20 damage to this Amber
You
Golem.
just maxing it instead of rolling twice?
Yeah.
Okay. Works for me.
I'm just doubling for the crits. All right. The Amber Golem is surprised this round. It is drawing its sword and beginning to activate. It is Rictavio's turn. Rictavio, looking at what has just happened, immediately casts Minor Illusion and puts an illusion of a closed door between you and the golem. And the same sound that you heard of this Amber Golem kind of essentially coming to life, right? You hear almost like you hear a as it seems dormant once again. Corbus, is there any actions that you would take at this time, or based on what you kind of know and understand about this goblin, that it will attack anything that it can see, and that it seems like there's something preventing it from being seen right now? What are your actions?
Well, could try to bait the people in that bottom room out. And then try to hide from this guy so he doesn't see us, but he sees them.
Do you say any of this out loud?
Yeah, I'm thinking out loud.
Okay.
I'm probably like talking to myself, saying it, but I'm saying it out loud.
Octavio's kind of looking around because he's always curious. and says, "And this room over here seems to be empty. We could bait them out and then retreat into this room and close the door. I can put up another illusion, and only the Amber Golem would be able to see them."
See
That is
who?
a very tricky idea. The individuals that were sharpening their weapons on the other side of that door, did you not hear them, my dear? Oh, for a sneak and an
Oh, we're
assassin,
talking
you're
about
not very good at
people.
noticing
Are we
threats.
talking about the people upstairs?
There are
That
people
were in that room
on
that
the
I didn't
other
want to
side
open.
of that doorway across the way.
Okay.
Me and your hairy friend noticed them. Well, your two hairy friends. The dog, my dear. I can hear your eyes rolling from all the way over there. Not
Don't let him
yours.
fool you. That is your father talking to you. He can hear you. It's not Rictavio. I know how those conversations go. I've had them.
Oh, let me put up the closed door that is now in place.
Yeah, sounds like a great idea. Now we just got to get. Now we just got to figure out how to bait those guys out of there. How sturdy did the door look?
The other door that where
Yeah.
those individuals were, um,
Uh-huh.
sturdy enough that I mean, it's going to take some um, it's going to take some work, but you'd be able to break it down for sure.
I wasn't trying to break it down. I didn't know if it was something you could easily open.
You'd have to be at the door to be able to really figure that out. I mean, there was the by the look of the door, unless they have it barred on the other side, um, it didn't have a mechanism for locking that you saw. And you haven't really explored seen enough doors around here on the inside to know how they work. So if you went north and kind of looked at this door, you could you'd be able to see that there are uh like hooks for uh for being able to put a plank in to be able to secure them.
Trying to think what the best route is. What's the range on minor illusion?
The range on minor illusion is 120 feet. Or
It's
30
at
feet.
30 feet. Yeah.
Whatever. 30 feet, 120 feet, whatever. I'll be able to drop the illusion though once we're away and out of eyesight of the door. And I can cast that all day long.
Well, I was just wondering if we could maybe
But
use one of the rooms down here.
it is only going to last for a minute, so I have recast it already twice. And you see that Rictavio's hands, if every once in a while, had a movement to them and a little bit of cloth that has been tossed away. but he didn't have
Could
to speak
Freya hit
for
the door with an arrow?
Absolutely. She could hit the broadside of a barn, no problem.
Maybe we knock on their door with an arrow, and when they come out, we wait just long enough to them to start coming across the room, and then duck back into the room behind us, so that the golem comes out and sees them.
And instead of a minor illusion of a doorway, I could cast a minor illusion of some of like yourself still standing here that the amber golem would respond to, come out of his doorway, and then see our real adversaries and move to them to dispatch them. Do a bit of our dirty
Yep,
work
let's
for
do that.
us. I love this plan. You know why I love this plan? Because it involves me not having to be in harm's way whatsoever. All right.
Because of issues, were we able to see into the room where Bruce and Jiggy were, or do they have that door closed?
The door is open, but you cannot see from where you are currently. But sound is traveling fairly well inside of, like, if you were to shout over to them, they would definitely be able to hear. But so would the people be like possibly behind that closed door.
Well, I was just thinking about Courage. I was just gonna have Courage either come to us or blink over to Bruce and Jiggy.
I'm gonna see if I'm gonna say that Courage has been barking into this opening quite a bit, and then you watch to your horror as he crawls through it, and you hear the sound of a flame spray go off, and you hear no yelp, and Bruce and Jiggy suddenly realize you're not alone in the room anymore, and
Courage got big.
he did get big. He's actually so
He's a growing boy.
He went from
he
small to medium.
and that is by that is by no accident. As he blinks out of the way, he seems to be he doesn't seem to be the same small pup that you were able to hide in your coat anymore. Um, he is now a puppy the size of Bubba, and Bubba's only 4 months old, but Bubba is almost the same size as a person. So that is now the size of Courage. Although he's still around 70 to 80 pounds, he no longer takes up a quarter of a of a square. I will find a new picture for our young intrepid dog that is growing up ever so quickly. All right.
Huh.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and enact this plan and see how it works out. If you want to go ahead and move your token to the area that you'll be observing this fight from, we'll say that you are able uh, to close the door in front of you, which is open right now. but you will have the.
We're going into this room, right?
That's the plan, Jan. All right. So currently your door is open, but you will be able to close it. I believe that you actually, if you want to check it, I believe that you can actually control that yourselves. Open and close that door. Yep, sure can. Woo! All right. So Freya, you're gonna need to open that door and make a shot.
You gonna move Octavio into the room?
Nope, he's. Oh yes. Oh, sorry. I should probably get where I can see the door that I'm going to cast and uncast my minor illusion. So we'll go ahead and walk over and open that door, and we are in position and ready. All right, Freya, you shoot your bow, and there is a large thud as it hits the door, and you suddenly see that door. You hear scrambling on the other side, and the door opens, and uh, warriors at the ready, who may or may not have been hostile, but now have had a kind of an attack made against them, are now. Come on, scoop. Hello. I would like to. Oh, thank you. I can interact with my map now. That would be outstanding. Not need this to be part of it. I think it's still going to bring it forward. That's fine. Okay, come on, map. It's okay. It is okay. Oh, you can't be in her. All right. So these individuals all come spilling out and have now occupied the front room. And a few more arrows come firing up toward your door. What is your reaction?
Close it.
Boom, the door closes, and a picture of, or a image of, an actually fairly flattering, strangely, image of Corbus appears there in the center, and all of the uh, individuals start shooting at it, as well as you hear interloper, and a giant amber golem comes out and swings a giant sword and cuts through the illusion that immediately disappears. And as it scans the rest of the temple, sees these berserkers and says, interloper. And we will see how much damage the berserkers and everybody is able to make before they are able to destroy the amber golem. Come on, let me have control of. So what I'm going, just for brevity, what I'm going to say is that the dire wolf bites it, the berserker bites it, one berserker, two berserker, three berserker, four berserker, and damaged lead person, and a crumbled amber golem is what currently remains. And right outside the door you hear these individuals panting. Go ahead and roll stealth checks to see if you. You had the door. No, you had the door closed pretty quickly after you fired your shot, Freya. They didn't see you, but they did see the minor illusion of Corvus, and you hear the gladiator that seems to be the leader look over at her one alive companion and say, check around, make sure that there are no others. And we will switch back over to Bruise and Jiggy. We're going to play for about 30 more minutes, which will be 9:15. So what is the actions of Jiggy and Bruise?
We're going downstairs.
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to continue to split the party onto two different floors of a dungeon. That's the idea that we're going for.
Yeah, but you don't understand. The floor above us, that's breakable. And then we're just back together again at that point, you know?
Makes sense to me.
I also have in a dire circumstance, I do have a telepathy spell that I just got.
A telepathy?
No,
spell?
it's pronounced telepathy.
Telepathy spell. All right. Let me see if it is possible. Where did your guys'?
We moved our guys.
Girl, we're down the stairs. We're all the way down there. Finnegan, stop licking your penis.
Finnegan. What is wrong?
Elise, will you take him? Like, he keeps whining like he has to go outside, and then I go all the way out there and open the door, and he runs to your room. So
He's already right next to me, so it's too late.
look at his face. Dude, he smells bad. Smell him.
I know he does.
Is he coming back?
No, now he's by the couch. Sniffing
Oh.
something.
He's so dumb.
Loading special effects engine.
I'm loading in. I want the world to see.
Oh, I was oh so wrong about how all of this works.
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
Black.
Wow, this was so much different than I thought, and I am so sorry.
What'd you do?
Nothing, not a dang thing.
Is that the problem?
Nope, it's not a problem yet.
Okay.
Hold on one moment. I will make this right.
Somebody gonna be dead.
Today in psychology class, I learned about the guy who had his brain severed in half.
Nice.
And he would look at stuff and on the left side of the screen, and he wouldn't be able to figure out what it said because the left side of your brain processes language. But when he was asked to draw it with his right hand, he could do it, even though he didn't know how to read it. Because the two sides of his brain were communicating with each other, even if they were separated. Isn't that so cool?
There's
Poor
so
guy.
many-
He got his brain separated. How
Yeah,
terrible.
well, he was having seizures every single day of his life, and then they immediately stopped when he got his brain severed in half.
That's like giving somebody a lobotomy and saying that their mental illness has stopped, but really their entire brain has just stopped.
Do you know? So he functions completely fine.
Clearly not. He can't read the words on the screen with.
No, if he doesn't use if he only uses his right eye, he cannot read the word because only a certain part of the left side of your brain, or if he covers his right, okay. So the left side of your brain controls language and helps you understand language. The right side does everything, like a whole bunch of like emotions and stuff. So when he only was able to read it with his right eye, which is controlled by his left brain, which processes emotions or processes language, he can read it. But if he only uses his left eye to read it, he can't understand it.
Okay,
But if he draws it,
let me explain some things to other characters. So,
okay, go ahead.
For Freya and Corbus, down here on the base level of the temple that you walked through, there
Mhm.
were doors to the left and there were large doors to the left and right. There were large doors down here, and it would seem that the stairs that those two knuckleheads went down, it's possible that they went down to the level of that the main room there is open to. So that the level of the large open area is actually down on the second floor of this temple. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So how are you going to deal with this last gladiator, Freya and Corbus? These last few individuals that were in that other room.
I thought
I
it
would-
was the kid's turn.
It was going to be, and then they went all the way downstairs.
Oh, okay.
I would say Freya backs up against the far wall, so that as soon as they open the door, let an arrow loose, not at disadvantage, into their face, and then I'll be off to the side and I'll thorn whip them or something.
All right, sounds good. Go ahead and we'll enter into the.
That's if
turn
they even
order.
open the door.
I'm going to go ahead and remove go ahead and remove everybody so they can re-roll their initiatives, and we'll go ahead and have the gladiators roll their initiatives. On the other side of a, are you starting to move around on the other floor, Olivia? Swear to you.
I'm pulling up a video of a corpus colonoscopy so that Sean can be proven wrong. I'm not looking at your stuff.
Of course not. Why would you be looking at the paper? All right. If you two would like to be a part of this battle, I will have you able to be a part of this battle.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is that you can hear the sounds of this battle down the hallway, and are able to move into a place where you are a part of this battle. That's what I mean.
How many? I can't see what they're seeing. So, there's like a lot of people by him, or I thought
Okay,
it was
hold
just one. I thought you said it was just one barbarian.
There's at
There are
least
two individuals.
Oh, two.
Right now, because your token, for some reason, does not have sight associated with it, go ahead and turn that on. And then let me go ahead and turn on.
Yeah, you're muted, Dingus.
Hey, can I see? I know I was speaking through yours. Because I was too lazy to click the button. I was just yelling.
All right.
Thanks, goat.
So I'm going to move Bruce up here, right here through this open. If you open up this door in front of you, you'd be near where the battle is happening. would you like to do so?
Yeah, I still can't see anything if you're talking to me.
Top or right? Top or right?
Can you see anything now, Sean?
Nope. Still nothing. Blackness.
All right. Let me then do this.
Oh, my head's sinking into my pillow. Man, that was crazy. I leaned back and my memory foam pillow was right there. And I sank right into it. Oh, man.
There we go. Now I have some sight.
Now you have sight.
Yes.
Sight beyond sight. All right. So there is some doors down below, or where on the floor that you were just on, that you couldn't see anything. That just opened up from this vicinity right here, and now you are able to look up toward this gladiator and this berserker that are up there. Bruce, you are going to stay down on the bottom floor, and you don't have to be a part of this fight. So if you wanted to start getting ready for bed, you can go ahead and do so.
Okay, goodbye. All love you very much. Good
All
luck
right.
on this
Good night.
fight. Don't die.
All right, go ahead and roll for initiative there, Jiggy.
Okay.
Gosh dang. Die so fast. All right, so you have an individual with a large axe and some armor, and another individual that has a shield and spear that looks pretty intimidating. They just had a fight with an amber golem that they were able to defeat. And first up in the turn order, we have Freya, who is going to open the door and shoot somebody in the face. Who is it that you are going to shoot in the face, Freya?
Whoever gets in my way.
Okay, those are the individuals in front of you. Go ahead and put your cursor, hold it over the top of the one that you are going to slay.
I can't see them. Oh, here they are. Oh no, this one.
Which one? That one right there? All right. Go ahead and roll your attack. Was that your attack? Yeah, that was your
Yeah,
attack, wasn't it?
It's not great. It's not great.
Let me go ahead and check my yeah, that didn't do it. But you had advantage. It still didn't do it. All right. Next up in the turn order is actually I will say that first we have actually
You only
a
rolled
surprise.
for one of the combatants.
I did.
Yeah, there's only one of them in the turn order.
Ooh. All right. Well, go ahead. Oh, there's the gladiator and there is the berserker, isn't there? Oh, there's just the gladiator. All right. Go ahead and you actually, Corpus, have a surprise round with this, so you can go ahead and roll your attack as well, and then we will go into the actual turn order. What are you going to do to the unsuspecting three people?
For the purposes of expediting this, I will burn a spell. There's the description. I might I'll drop this blunt. And where is it? Ace knife.
All right, with the 21 you hit, how much damage are we doing here? All right, and the
10
piercing
piercing
damage.
to, we'll say the one that looks beefier will get the
Okay.
actual blade, and then they both get 2d6 cold if they fail a dex save.
Right, minus 10 to 1, and then dex save for each of them to against the piercing damage.
Against the
one
cold.
One dex save doesn't make it, and 2 dex save makes it. All right, is that half?
It doesn't say, so I don't think so. I think if they pass, each
Yep,
target
sounds like.
within 5 feet take and
So the
must
one-
succeed on a dex save.
So the one that you
or
hit,
take-
the one that you hit saved, but the one that you didn't hit did not save. So you did get some positive, definitely positive action out of that attack. All right. So
And
now we will
then-
have the start of our turn order.
Yeah.
Freya, you are up first.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna shoot him.
Sounds like a plan. You have advantage because you would be sneaking, obviously. 25 hits, 12 sneak damage, and 5 piercing damage is 17 damage. Are you attacking the same individual?
Yep.
All right. 17, and with assassinate, another 17. You have, oh, sorry, that was the wrong individual. Oh, that was the correct individual. You did. Which one were you shooting at?
This
it.
one.
All right. With that amount of damage, you have successfully bloodied the gladiator. Any bonus actions that you'd like to take?
I'm gonna hide.
Do it. And are you staying in place?
No, I might move like out of the way of the doorway a little bit.
Okay. All right. And next up, we have the Berserker. Let me check over this guy's. Got it. The most important thing to do whenever you have a caster or a rogue is you want to immediately rush them. So he around the side of Corbus and got right to Freya, and he is going to reckless attack with his great axe and try to drive it through her skull. A 24 hits.
He can't see me. I'm hitting.
Oh, he can't, so he has to hit Corbus, but he knows to rush. So 24 hits Corbus of slashing damage.
Might be Corvus. But also, I'm invisible.
You're not invisible.
Can I take
you're
an attack of
hiding.
opportunity then, since he's right next to me?
No. Nope, not
No,
unless you
it's
have the
only when he
sentinel
leaves
feat.
the threat zone.
Unless I have what?
Sentinel. It's a feat. For a fighter or a barbarian or anything tanky, it's a pretty good one to have.
Everything just reloaded. What happened?
I got smacked with an axe.
I know, but unless I have what?
Sentinel. It's a feat you can take.
Hmm.
Not really the best for a rogue though.
My stuff just glitched there for a second, so all I heard was.
Yeah, mine
All right.
did too. It's because of our Wi-Fi.
Okay, so the berserker rushed and then hit the first person that he could see, but knew that he was getting arrows shot in his general direction, and the SOP is to rush arrows as fast as possible. All right, so next up we have Jiggy. Jiggy, you can see that there's a gladiator that just took an ice knife and 2 arrows to the face. What would you like to do to add to
Oh yeah,
that?
I'm just gonna instantly start my blade song.
Okay, now it is quite a ways from you, and it is above you, so you can do that.
If I
Just know
dash,
that-
how long does that make me go? How far does
So
that make me go?
that doubles your action or doubles your movement. It's going to take 10 feet of movement just to be able to get up onto that uh, that rise there.
How do I
and you'll have-
measure?
Okay, so if you were to grab your token and then press Q, you'll be able to see how far
Yeah,
you're
but
moving.
it gets like warped because it doesn't go diagonally. It goes like per square.
No, just press it once and drag.
Oh. Oh. How convenient.
And then when you let go, it'll move that distance.
Okay. And
Or you
normal
can press-
walking
or
is
you can press-
30.
Or you can press Q to mark out like a route that you're taking. So that you press Q, you start to drag, you hit Q again, it'll kind of set a waypoint, and then when you release, we'll see your token move in the direction that it would. So
Okay. It's 30. It's 30 feet, right, of movement.
30 feet, and if you decide to use your action to dash, then you'll have 60 feet.
Well, I'll just move 40 feet. Oops. It's not letting me. There we go. I'll move 40 feet right here because I have Blade Song activated, which means that I get an extra plus 10 of movement. So I'll just go right
So that-
here.
So that would be then, if you're dashing, you would get then 80 feet of movement,
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
because that plus 10 would be added in. All right, so you're not taking the dash action, you're just moving the standard fare of 40 feet. Did you want to
Yeah.
take an action with like a long distance spell or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm just going to use Firebolt.
All right, firebolt it up.
Oh!
A 27. Let me go ahead and put back our chat on the screen here, because I don't see that happening anymore, because I got kicked out of Roll20 there for a moment. Does hit. Go ahead and roll your damage, since you have just rolled a crit.
I also have a question. It says
Yeah.
+7 on my. So it says Firebolt and then +7, and then it says 2d10, right? What does the +7 mean for the attack?
Plus, so what that means is that you rolled a natural 20 on a 20-sided die, right? But it shows up as a 27 because you have a +7 to hit.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Right?
Yes, that makes sense.
And then that also does, in some circumstances, like if you're using a strength-based weapon, right? Then if you have an additional bonus, that can sometimes come into play for the amount of damage that doesn't work for spells usually.
I think I do for like my rapier, but no, I don't think. Yeah,
Right. For the rapier, you're going to have a plus with your dexterity to your damage. All right. So 14 points of damage to the gladiator.
Yeah, the one I
is-
can see.
She is feeling like everybody is just ganging up on her, and that's not very cool. Next, we have Rictavio. Rictavio offers encouragement and says, "I know you guys can do it. I'm going to stay here behind the door in case when they come in, I'll get them. Oh wait, they did come in. Dang it! All right, so he feels like he has to do something now. So he is going to cast minor illusion. So that way it looks like there is a wall where he is standing, as opposed to a the doorway opening that he's hiding behind. He adds in the illusion of a finished wall so that no one can see him. Corbus, you're up. Corbus is going to smack that dude in the face with a shillelagh, and that does 8 bludgeoning damage, which rocks his world, but he is still looking strong. Any bonus actions or movement that you're going to take? Run away! Is Corbus talking? No. Or is he hunting? No, he's
Telling.
hunting through his. He's going to use a bonus action to shift. And which shift are you? Or you just have a standard shifted appearance, right? And then you get advantage on wisdom saving throws, and you also get on wisdom checks and get bonus temporary hit points. So did you already add those on too? He's probably doing so now. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the gladiator unless he tells me otherwise, but I can't hear him. So I'm going to go ahead and say that probably ends his turn. And he gives a thumbs up. All right, gladiator's up. Gladiator is mad, has several arrows sticking out of her, and decides that she's going to go running into that room as well. And goes ahead and hits with one-handed spear attack melee against Corbus as she goes rushing toward the door right there into the doorway, and 11 piercing damage to the only man that can be seen, the only man with the ability to be seen right now. I'm taking off the damage. Right. Oh, this is already starting to
I
take off
take
the
care of my
damage.
character sheets.
11.
I track my
But
shit.
with the gladiator having a being a brute, it does do an additional d6 of damage, which I'm going to go ahead and roll now. So 2 more points of damage for the Corbus. All right. We are back to Freya, who doesn't really like having people right up in her face. So what are you going to do about it? Hide now.
I am hidden.
All right, with a 15, let's see on this here. You are able to hit the berserker and do 18 points of damage. In order to be able to hide from this berserker, you would need to leave its line of sight. to be able to hide. Are you
Can I get
looking
behind
to
him?
try- What's that?
Can I get behind him?
So his line of sight is in a 360 around him. You would have to block from where he can see. So you'd like have to step inside of a doorway or something like that. But if you
Don't do that.
step away from him, he will get an attack of opportunity.
Don't do that.
Okay. No, I think I just wanna
Would still
use
have
my
range.
bonus action to try and stab him again with my dagger.
Okay. When you use your dagger, you won't have your
Sneak damage.
proficiency bonus, which right now is go ahead. Oh, it's fine. It's harder to hit with your offhand. That's all I'm saying. I'm not making something up. So instead of a +8 to hit, you would instead have a +4 to hit. But
Still
a
22.
but a 22 still does hit, and you do 5 points of piercing damage because you're not sneaking right now because you're still able to be seen. But that was 5 more points of damage than you would have done if you had done something else. So Berserker looks like they're starting to get worn down, but he's still going to hit you in the face with a great axe for shooting an arrow at him now that he's spotted you. A 22 hits and does 9 points of slashing damage.
Oh, poopy.
And he will be reckless attacking on every attack, so attacks against him will have advantage. All right, next up is Jiggy. Jiggy, the only person that you can see now is likely the gladiator that's in that doorway, but it is very difficult to hit them because of the change in elevation and the fact that they're in that doorway. So you can only kind of see the person's head. So if you try to hit them, it's going to be at disadvantage.
I think this is 30 feet from where I was.
Go ahead and do a athletics check or a acrobatics check.
Okay. Give me one. I want to see if Blade Song helps me with this at all.
Okay.
It says I have advantage on acrobatics checks.
Yep, go ahead. All right. So with your
Well, that's athletic.
while you're moving, oh yeah, that's athletics, dude.
Oh,
roll
sorry.
your acrobatics.
Sorry.
So yeah, no, because you have a +3 to that. I'm gonna let that slide this time. Don't if I say you can roll in athletics or in acrobatics, do the one that you're better at.
Well, they both started with A, and I just clicked the one that I saw first.
Understood. All right. So the while dancing and the song of your rapier and magic moving through the air, you pirouette up onto the top of this kind of rebounding off of that pillar, and are now present up on top of the little alcove there, outcropping. All right, what do you do?
Okay. I'm going to do, for my action, I'm just going to cast. Are those two guys 5 feet from each other? Because I can kind of see the edge of. Oh, I guess Corvus would take damage too. Whatever.
That's fine.
No, I'll just cast Firebolt. I don't want to hurt Corvus.
All right. So a 16 at the gladiator is able to. I mean, it almost looks like it's going to glance off the armor, but the firebolt hits successfully. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Oh! He took a lot of
Wow.
damage.
Right. So it like screams, it goes screaming out and hits the berserker or the gladiator right in the face, and half of her face just melts off, and she flumps to the ground. Corvus, you get a little bit of gladiator on you, but not too bad.
Ew.
And then I want to do this for my bonus action. I haven't read it through super well, but it's DC.
Go ahead and put the. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me make sure.
I did. I
As
put
a
it
bonus
in.
action, you can try to telekinetically shove a creature. Yep. All right. Yeah. So I have to do a strength save against your, I think spellcaster DC, and that's on the berserker that's on the other side.
Yeah, the one that's alive.
Yep. All right.
Was he
So
within 30 feet?
go ahead and let's see if we can check here. I'm gonna do the strength check just to see before I come off of that screen. He's going to succeed. We'll see if it was even possible. Not what I wanted. I said
Yeah, actually, he's within 30 feet, so it was doable.
good to go. But he does succeed, but now kind of is like, what the heck? And turns his attention that way. Says, I'll deal with you next. It's Octavio's turn. Octavio decides to actually cast magic missile and does 5 points of damage to the berserker. So you just see a three magic missile bolts come flying out of the freaking illusionary wall and come screaming toward this individual. That's only one magic missile,
Each
right?
bolt's supposed to do 1d4, right? So it only did.
Right.
It's like,
All
I
right,
was trying to
so
figure out the
5
math,
more
like,
damage.
damn, how did you roll?
Sorry, it's a new character. All right, so the berserker gets hit with some magic missiles that come out of the side of the wall, and it is Corvus's turn. And you hear a voice from behind the illusionary wall go, "I'm helping."
Kind of.
I'm part of this.
Sort of.
I'm having an adventure.
It's not asking if I want to upcast it. So, do something. Here we go.
Yeah, that thorn whip hits. You'd be able to be doing this with advantage though, because he did reckless attack. So do you want to just see if you get a get a crit?
No. Almost.
But go ahead and roll the damage on that one. See if it's a little bit more. Yes, it is. I'll allow it. All right. Minus 11, and you see that the berserker looks. It whips across his face, and you see the blood begin to trickle from his brow, and you can tell that he's thinking about getting out of here.
Do it.
All right, the dead gladiator is up. It decides to stay there and continue bleeding. Freya, you are up.
Okay. I hate that this guy got so close to me.
I would too if I were the one that usually used arrows from a sneaky position. All right, with a short sword and
Cunning
no
action.
sneak, you do
Disengage.
what's that? 9
No.
piercing, 9 piercing damage to the berserker, and takes it like a champ. But decides that this is not a fight that he is going to be able to win, and decides that he is going to make a run for it. So both Freya and Corbus, you are able to make a attack of opportunity. Thorn whip and a dagger. How much damage for the thorn whip? The thorn whip doesn't hit, and you do have advantage against him since he was using. Until the end of his next turn, I believe. Oh, that hit.
And I can do it
Yep.
because I have Warcaster.
Well enough. All right, so 17 points of damage plus 8 points of damage is how much damage? Smart people.
17.
17 points of damage. So he is. You can see him stumble a little bit as he gets to the wall, and you're like, dude, where are you going? And then you see him shove hard on the wall, and it spins, and he
I'll pull him back.
he pushes on the wall and opens up a secret door that is there. And then he's like, I'm getting out of here. And then suddenly he feels himself pulled back, and he does not get to go anywhere.
You want to try that again?
He's going to stay right there. All right. So he is decided to stay in place instead for some reason. Do you want to actually pull him back, or just pull him to where he's still in that doorway?
Screw it, I'm pulling him back.
All right. You pull him right back to where he was before he decided to leave. The doorway got open, and Jiggy, you are up. You've got some comrades between you, but you may be able to dance your happy ass up there and stab him with your pokey stick.
Okay. Which one is this guy on the left? Is this a barbarian or a berserker?
So on the where at, just point to it.
Oh, sorry. This one. Which one's this one?
That guy is Rictavio. You can't see him. All you see is a.
Oh, wait! Is this the only guy left that we have? We can't. I don't want to kill him. I want to say to everybody that I don't want to kill this guy yet.
Okay.
He's
right,
restrained in thorns, right?
For the
No, I
moment.
Is
I
there a
use it
way
as
I
a whip and
can?
drag
So
him
he
back.
just Indiana Jonesed him and
Is there a way I
pulled him
can
back.
hurt him enough to where he's not like dead, but like
You
know,
can
he's torturable, right? You know what I'm saying?
You could instead do a strike with the
Non-lethal.
with the guard of your rapier, and still do
Okay.
a rapier attack. And if you get him down to 0 hit points, he'd be knocked out.
Okay. Well, I don't want to be knocked out though. It's no use if he's knocked out.
If he's
Well, he's
unconscious, you
he's
can
pretty-
secure him
He's pretty easy to
and then
secure.
wake him up.
Oh, I guess that's true. Okay, let's do that then. I'm gonna knock this guy out, punch him in the face. Do I just
With your
roll,
rapier.
Yeah, with
No,
my
you're gonna with your rapier. Let's not have the wizard trying to punch anybody in the face. It's not.
Why
gonna work
can't I? Why not?
Because it's gonna be a strength based attack as opposed to
Okay, I'll punch him.
using your
13.
no. You're hitting him with advantage still. So 26.
Why
yes,
is he hitting him with advantage?
Guess
Oh, it
he's
was
reckless
actually-
attacking me.
Yeah.
because he had reckless. Oh, but he'd already had his turn, so he did not recklessly attack.
But I get
Yeah.
attacked twice
Wanna
anyway,
hit for-
so 25. Does that
Why do
hit?
you get to attack twice?
Because that's my thing. I have Piercer. Once.
No, you get to roll your damage twice.
No, you can attack
What is
twice
that?
instead of once. Whenever you take the attack action on your turn, you can cast one of your cantrips.
That is
That's not
not
Piercer.
part of your piercer. That is part of your
Oh.
blade song. All right. So yeah, you do that. One of the cantrips that I think I told you to take, and if you didn't, you're a moron. Is booming blade.
Well, I couldn't because you said I couldn't replace it.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's
Remember, I was like, "Oh yeah, well I have this useless one. Could I replace it?" And you were like, "No. What's wrong with you, freak?"
I don't
That's
think that I
exactly what you
would have
said to me.
said that. All right, go ahead and roll the damage on your rapier.
Okay.
And 9 points of damage is what you have done. You rolled a 6, so it's not something that you'd want to re-roll. But that is enough damage to knock him down to 0. And dude is freaking snoozing. He is unconscious. We're gonna give a sleepy face to his token as he has been reduced to 0 hit points. And Rictavio jumps out of the wall with a pen in his hand. He's like, "Did we defeat him? Have we defeated our foes?"
These ones.
It was excellent teamwork between all of us. I know that my contributions were somewhat heavy-handed, but I think that we have done well.
Uh-huh.
And we will go ahead and end tonight's session with this victory, and we will start next session with a woken up berserker that is free to be questioned and tortured in whatever evil ways our heroes decide that they want to interact with people. Sound like a plan?
Question.
Yes.
If we don't have either or, doesn't have to be both. If neither one of them, Matt or Tom, show up, can we get a long rest? And if they show up, can we get a short rest?
You would be able to in this area once you refine the bard to secure yourselves into a room. You do notice that a lot of these doors have bars that can go over the top of them, right? For that secure them, and they open inward, a lot of them. So being able to kind of lock yourself into a room and be able to get some rest is possible for sure.
Cool.
Whether or not you find yourself in a room that has a secret entrance that you were not expecting and suddenly be surprised or things that can move through the walls is another matter entirely.
That's why there's a you post to watch.
Or you
But-
have somebody that it'd be nice if somebody had like a ring of warning or a dagger of warning,
Mhm.
or something like that would keep you from getting ambushed.
I'll just have one of my rats stay awake while all the other ones sleep. God, duh.
Just
That's
figure
not how.
I need hit points back, but if we don't have either the cleric or the paladin, we have two people that decided to go ahead and burn a whole lot of spells for no reason. And there's plenty of more to do here. Kind of need spell slots back.
Yeah, you bet. All right, so let's actually just say that that after this fight you kind of look around to make sure that nobody else is attacking you, kind of listen at the halt and say, okay, doesn't seem like there's anybody else that's coming. Go downstairs, find the bard, and we'll start from that position. Does that sound like a plan?
Mm-hmm.
With the ability to have that you've already gone down these stairs and found the bard and come back to this room that seems like it's pretty securable, and barred the door to keep yourselves safe, and set up a watch and have been able to get a long rest.
Has the piece of my skull changed that I was holding?
We will find that out during our next session.
Okay.
All right. Good night, folks.